Hey folks, again, this is John, John Zion Wesley, and I just want to just explain another thing I've been trying to say here on Facebook. I think that as people, we don't really realize the dilemma we're in as a people. I mean, you may look around and everything looks great. You may look around, nothing's changed, but things are changing so drastically and so quickly that your head's going to spin by the time the realization hits you that what's going on in America with black people. And I'm gonna tell you what's going on with black people because when I speak to people, they have no idea. They don't have it. They have not a thought to pass their mind because we only acknowledge what we see. We see black people. We think black people are all around us. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. This country is only 12.7% black. 12.7 out of 100%. This country is black. That means this country is almost 87% non-black. Okay. So when you start thinking of black people, we're in this country to stay, and we're a mainstay. We're not a mainstay. Matter of fact, we're the only population that's actually declining in America. We're declining to a point that it's gonna shake our world. I'm trust you. Now think about it. Out of 12.7% of black people, the Mexicans are already 14.8% legal. Okay, and then another 14.3 million legal. There are another 14 million unlegal. That means there's 28 million Mexicans in this country already. They already double our numbers already. Okay, and this is what's going on with black people that you don't understand. Right now, out of those 12.7% black people, only 6.2% are males. Okay, hear that? Only 6.2% are males. All right, and other males, only 5% are grown males. The rest are immature kids. So there's really only 4% black men in America. 4% of this whole country is roughly black men. 4%. The prison population in America, 50% of prison population, which is over a couple of million, are black. So black people are all being shipped in prison and kept in prison. That's one way of destroying the race. The second way to destroy a race is pit black people against black people. That means put them all in one area where they can afford to rent. And that area becomes a ghetto or a hood. They sit in there. Now how you destroy them? Drop drugs and guns in there and watch them kill each other. That's how you do it because there's no drug factory in the hood and there's no gun factory in the hood. So they have to be brought into the hood, that are allowed to get in the hood. And then the police themselves, the FBI, are selling more drugs in the hood than the black people they call kingpins. The real kingpins are not black. The real kingpins are politicians and white people that's destroying the hood. Then let's destroy ourselves. That's another way we're destroying it. The third way, kill as many as we can. Right now, you see black men getting killed under a pace unheard of, man. Unheard of. They're killing blacks as much as they can. The darker you are, the faster you're going to die. I'm going to tell you. Look at all the people that's getting killed by police. They're all dark. They're all dark black men. Dark or big black men. They get murdered. So that's another way they're doing it. Another way to destroy the black race, homosexualize all the men and women. And they can't produce babies. So now the people saying the new black is homosexuality. If you believe that, then you're in trouble because that's not the point. But that's what they're pushing on us. So if you got black men in jail, if you got black men killing each other, if you got black men being homosexuals, that's all where the black babies coming from? Think about it. Who's gonna make the babies where you got 50 or 1,000 black men that could have children killing each other? You got the cops killing another couple of thousand. Then you locked up another couple million. Where the babies coming from? How the black race gonna perpetuate itself to be a mainstay in America? It's not. It can't be. It can't be. They're even allowing right now for the black men that's in prison. They're making it easier for them to stay in prison. They don't want to leave prison because right now prisons are at a point where they're not really prisons, but they're really institutions like they're supposed to start. That's going to have TV, that's going to have radio, they're going to have education, and guess what? They ain't got to deal with the racism out here. But one reason why people don't want to stay in prison, a lot of black men, is because sex. They want to have sex and they want to get out of prison. But now Obama went to the prison to let them know, hey, sex is okay with men. Obama telling you, men on man sex is good. There's no problem with it. So now the stigma of a man being another man is no longer a stigma. So now, why should they want to leave prison? And they gotta come here and fight this racism, fight these cops, and fight these job employers, and they can stay in prison and get 3 hots in the cot and some sex. So where the babies coming from? If you look at the prison right now, every prison being built got a warehouse bigger than the prison cells right now, and they're gonna be building stuff for free. They're gonna be building stuff for $6 an hour, 7 cents an hour, making America rich again with free labor. Every prison they're building right now has a warehouse in it. They're gonna start building cars and not just license plates, cars and furniture and wash machines. They're gonna build that in prison. And they're gonna pay those guys to stay there, and they're gonna be able to leave and come back because that's how convenient it's gonna be not to deal with this crap out here. So where the babies coming from? That's what you understand. They're not coming from anywhere. They're not. This generation is gonna be institutionalized. They're gonna go to prison and not mind being there. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to stand up. They don't know. They don't know how to say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. They don't know how to do anything that made us free of slavery. All they gotta do is get drugs, uh, have illicit sex, and stay high. That's the only thing this generation want to do. I'm telling you, overall, not all of them, the majority of them, that's all they want to do. That's all they know to do. They don't know how to fight back. They don't know how to march. They don't know how to stand up. They're going to submit to the white authority and be right in prison. So where the babies coming from? They're not coming. And the fact of the matter, this country, I don't care how dumb you are. I don't care what you say or whatever. The most wins and the least loses. That's how it's in this capitalist society. When you vote, the most wins. That's it. So the problem is that we don't have the most of anything. We don't have any political clout in this country at all. That's why Obama ignored these black people for the homosexual who got all the power right now. It ain't but 3 of them, but they got power in there, and whites. But black people, nobody be bought with black people. Nobody. The fact of the matter is that we are all we got. And we better learn to stand together while there's still some to stand together. If not, we're going to be back on the plantation. We're going to be a novelty in this country. We're going to be servants and butlers and maids right back again. That's the plan of the white man since we first came out of slavery, to put us back in there. And that's what he's going to do. Because the fact of the matter, the little bit you got and complaining about, no Mexicans are going to take it. No Mexicans want your ghetto. They want the house that you don't want. They want the places that you don't want to go. And there's enough of them to take it. If you look right now, run for president, 2 Mexicans run for president right now. And one thing Mexicans, they do stick together. Unlike the black president we got now, who don't acknowledge anything that's going on against black people, he's just so far away from us that Mexican president get there, he's going to advance their agenda so they're going to have everything they want and even more. And they got their numbers too. They got their numbers. If they legalize the immigrants that's illegal, they're going to have over 28 million people in this country. And blacks only got 12%. Blacks only going to have 12% of this country. They're going to have 28%. So the fact of the matter is that we, as a people, better wake up. Better wake up. There's a plan. There's always been a plan since they set us free to put us back in slavery, and this is what they're doing. You know, we are not each other's enemy. We're not. We are not haters of each other. We're not. But if any race was put in the position that we were put in, they would be 10 times worse than we would. If you put whites in the position we was, they'd be eating each other by now. But the fact of the matter, we're fighting, we're struggling, but we got to understand we are not our enemy. We are not each other's enemy. We're put in a place, a position, and maneuvered to be where we are, to be afraid of each other, to make each other our adversary instead of our friend and our family. This is all a plan. Don't sit and talk about these young black men, because the fact of the matter, the situation they're put in makes them like that. The situation they put in makes them do the things they do to eat and survive. Because once you find you got a bum education, and once you find that white people really do hate you when you're working, then the white man gonna throw drugs at you, say, hey, earn a living selling his drugs. And now they fighting it over corners, not because they hate each other, because they want money to feed their families. And that's the whole plan. So the plan is to extinguish the black race to a point that we're just gonna be servants, and we're just gonna be a novelty in this country. And if we don't stand up, if you don't start teaching your children to stand up, you don't start teaching your grandchildren to stand up, then they're all going to fall. And when they fall, there's no recovery for it. There is none. That's the plan and apply to black people. And as long as you ignore it, and I'm worried about my bills, I'm worried about my job, you know what? Your kid's going to have nothing. And you can blame yourself for that. Because only you can teach your child how to stand up. Only you can teach your child how to be black. Only you teach your child how to have pride to who he is and be the man that God called us to be. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? The school? Be serious. Stop being docile. Stop being complacent. Stop being Stop being calm and in the corner waiting to see what happens, and start being proactive in your children's life. Start telling them who they are. Start telling them what we've done when we need to fight, how we got out of slavery. It wasn't handed to us. There's people who sacrificed their life and fought to get out of here. Tell them about those things, how great we are as a people, that when we stand together, nothing can stop us if we stand together. But kids don't even know that. Because you know what? You parents don't even have time enough to tell them. Don't think it's important. Don't think that is right. But I'm going to tell you what, their plan is coming into effect. Their plan is coming into effect. And as long as you sit down there silent and unactive and sit down there just paying your bills and hoping that the man leave you alone, he's going to take your grandchildren. I guarantee you. He's going to take them with life, death, or homosexuality, or prison. That's 4 places your grandchildren are going to go. Death, homosexuality, or prison, or drugs. That's where they're going to go. Because that's the plan until you break it. As black people, we got to start standing up. And don't watch genocide of your own generation. So there's some ignorant people out here talking about, but it ain't bothering me. It ain't that, homosexual not after me. Of course not after you. They're after your kids, dumbass. They're after your children. They have to incarcerate your children. To homosexualize your children. To kill your children. Not you. You already a done deal. But the kids is what they want. And the only thing that's stripping those kids is you. Is you. That's it. You don't want to leave them to Jesus, then you do it yourself. But you got to do something instead of sitting out there dying, doing nothing, and watching the kids going to fall all this hell that you left them. It's your fault. And don't you forget it. It is your fault.